Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm ready. I'm ready. Listen, I am ready. I am ready. I'm playing with you. The dust will not settle on this particular. I said the dust will not settle here today. No, no, no. I've got the equipment ready. Okay, dust. I keep telling you, dust has no color. I keep telling you, dust has no color. You keep on playing with y'all. I keep telling y'all, dust don't have no color, but y'all don't keep playing with me. Y'all keep playing with me. Dust has no color. Dust has. Do I look clear? I just want to make sure it's the. I'm looking real clear. Na 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 na. You need to get it more killer as well. Dust has no color. Dust has no color. Woo, baby. I tell you what, cleaning up ain't no joke. Oh, baby, go take the wig cap off as well. You get what I'm saying to you? Cause see, dust has no color. It don't have no color, okay? Dust has no color, baby. Hold on now, hold on now. Hold on now, I gotta get some of my hair. Damn, I'm gonna see my gloss off. Hold on now. Dust has no color, baby. Dust has no color, baby. Dust has no color, baby. Alright, listen. Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird Night One. Listen, I'm on some tomfoolery today. Okay, I'm on some tomfoolery because dust has no color. I'm telling you, I tell you guys every season, stop looking at black males as if they're dusty every single time. When dust has no color, it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Asian, Indian, okay, blue, green, yellow, okay? Dust has no color. Okay? Alright? I thought Ashley had to run away with the dust baby when he had told us he had got 3 kids. Okay? And telling us that he what? He sperm donated it? You sperm donated 3 kids, but you didn't think to tell Ashley this in the pods? Okay? Alright? You had 3 kids and you've been sperm donoring and you didn't think to tell Ashley that you got 3 kids. Okay? Alright? Alright? The dust knows no color. Okay? Secondly, can we talk about this as well? Because someone else is also dusty. Hold on now. Let me turn my light on. I need to get my light back on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute now. There need some light in this place. Listen. And then we got Stefan. Can we talk about Stefan? Okay? Can we talk about Stefan? It knows no color. And Monica's wild for asking for a Venmo. That is wild to me. You asking for a Venmo is freaking wild to me. If you decide to help him out, you wild for asking a Venmo back. I'm just saying, okay? If this was a man, we were talking about dusty behavior. That was dusty to me. From what Monica did, that was dusty to me, okay? All right? You done spent the money on him, and you asking for the Venmo back because he decided to cheat is just wild to me. It's dusty behavior. So Monica gets a little dust in her too, okay? A little bit of dust in here. You know what I'm saying to you? But Stefan is what I call dusty. Okay? His dustiness is diversification dustiness. You know what I'm saying to you? Diversification dustiness. You're done being hitting black men all the time, talking about how black men are dusty every time we talk about these TV shows. And I keep telling you, the dust has no color. It does not know no bounds. It does not care who you are. It is not prejudice. Dust can settle anywhere. Okay? If you don't clean, it gon' settle. Okay? Dust knows no bounds. Okay? Alright? Now, let me be serious for once now. You know what I mean? Like, I've got to out myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to start off the show properly. You get what I'm saying to you? You get me? Dust has no bounds. You get what I'm saying to you? Dust has no bounds. You feel what I'm saying to you? Dust has no bounds. Let me give you a quick rundown of this episode because I'm going to talk for about 20 minutes. And if you guys want to say something, I've got an hour today. I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be any longer than that because we've got a live super panel on the weekend. So you can have your say now. But I'm gonna do breakdowns in the course of the week, innit? Okay. All right, cool. So dust has no color, dust has no bounds. Okay. So I'm gonna start off strong. I'm gonna start off with Stefan and his dusty behavior because let me tell you this now. Y'all be talking about black men all the time, so I am going to defend, on this occasion, that dust has no bounds and its diversification. It doesn't stop you from catching a dust bite. Okay. All right. The dust bite knows no bounds. It catches everybody off guard. Okay. All right, so it's time to leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. All right, cool. Let's just watch this.
There we go.
That is so dusty. I'm so sorry. For her to ask for the money back is dusty. Now, if you don't know what happened, let me tell you what happened. Spoiler alert. I put it in the title. It's spoiling it. So if you know you don't want to get spoiled, I'm spoiling it. So if you know you don't want to get spoiled, turn off now. But leave a like and a subscribe before you do leave. Okay? Listen, let me just say this now. Okay? Let me just say this now. Okay? Let me just say this now. Okay? All right? Is this. Stefan, how can you do the very same thing that you told her that you did with a previous girl? Stefan, and then you try, and what even pisses me off even more is the fact you said your dad is free fist black. No, you white, bro. No, let's leave it as it is. You Caucasoid, and I want you to leave it as it is. Don't bring Nigeria into it. Don't bring Congolese into it. Don't bring any other country into it. You are Caucasoid, and this behavior is of Caucasoid behaviors. Black men ain't got nothing to do with this. We are not taking any responsibility for this brother here. This got nothing to do with us. Okay? This has got nothing to do with black men. This is simply the Caucasoid effect, the dust dustifications, the dust diversifications. Okay? All right? Dust diversifications. This got nothing to do with black people and Africa. This is simply the Caucasoid behavior. And unfortunately, he decided to do what he did. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Okay? That ain't got nothing to do with us. All right? Okay, this is simply the Caucasoid behavior. Okay, and now let me just say this. Okay, listen. He decided to. The part that even wows me the most is the way he handled it, and I just know his ex-girlfriend was looking at it, going, "This is exactly what happened to me." Right?
You were doing it today, Steven. You texted her today, and then.
No, I did make a completely stupid mistake while being drunk at a sleep test with somebody who texted me.
You were doing.
Man said, listen, I made a mistake. I was on a sleep test. I text back a girl who texted me. So who is she? No. Who is she? No. You don't just start texting somebody randomly about saying madness stuff to the person. It's not a random thing, my guy. Yeah? It's not a random thing, my guy. So who were you talking to? Right? And you say this while you were drunk at a sleep test. But you were on a sleep test, so why were you drunk? No. Why were you drunk? You were at a sleep test. You're supposed to be what? Sleeping. You think I'm a fool and you think I'm a bastard. That's the problem. You think I'm a fool and you think I'm a bastard. No, that's it. Because you're meant to be on a sleep test and nothing about you is sleeping. You're supposed to be on a sleep test, but nothing about you. Nothing about you was asleep. Mr. Pokey Pokey was here poking with somebody else. Mr. Pokey Pokey, who pokes things. You are supposed to be sleeping, and you are here trying to sleep with other women.
Today, Steven. You texted her today, and the really gross ones were today. So don't fucking lie to my face. Were you guys texting today?
No.
You weren't texting today. Okay, let me see your phone.
I deleted the message.
Of course you did.
Yeah, because I didn't want to look at it either.
He said I deleted the message because, hey, I didn't want to look at it either. I just felt bad about my bad behaviors. I didn't want you to see that I was being bad. As well. So I'm real sorry about that. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, my bad. Like, I didn't want to do that to you. So, you know, my badness, you know, just my badness, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying, Chi? I'm so sorry. But my guy, I want to know something. I also, we do have to ask a question though. How did Monica find out? Okay? No, we need to ask the question. How did Monica find out? Because he was at a sleep test. So how did she find out? Whose spyware did he use on his phone? I want to know. Because how would you know what he was texting another girl? I need to know. We need to look into Monica too. No, Monica, what did you do? What did you do? How did we know? Huh? How did you find out that he was texting somebody? Because he was on a sleep test. I'm just trying to find out how. No, I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm just saying that something doesn't look right. Okay? Because how would you have known what he was texting somebody? Somebody snitching.
Started yesterday and they went through today.
I honestly don't.
How did you know? He deleted all his messages. No. So somebody is snitching. Now, if we know, listen. Maybe somebody texting someone in production. Maybe it was something isn't quite right. But if you're texting someone in production, then we need to call out production too. Then we need to call production too. If he was texting somebody in production, then production needs to take accountability, because why is he texting somebody sexy, naughty messages to production? Huh? Why is that? We've got to ask some serious questions. Just saying. Okay? Someone said fetish, not naughty. Please. 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 Please.
Remember texting her today because I knew what I was doing, and if...
You didn't know what you were doing last night?
No, I did know what I was doing last night, and I know that it was a stupid decision, and it was coupled with the conversation that we had last night.
Don't.
Yeah. Stefan. Now, I will be fair to her. Episode 7, I was looking at Monica like she's doing way too much. Can we be honest? Episode 7, let me just get to episode 7 for you guys.
Like suddenly...
In episode 7, apart from this part, this part is wild. No, can we just
you
watch
have
this
this spotlight on you, and you need to understand where you're at.
I'll get a French try. I'll be back.
Okay. You need to understand why.
This part was hella wild. When he was talking to old girl about sex and about sex and talking about obviously whatever people do, their ding dongs, whatever. I said, nah, cuzzy, this ain't it. Him talking to Taylor in the way he did, I said, brother, you need to rein that in. You need to rein that in. It was wild ass conversation. I can't even lie to you. It was very wild. I was like, damn, brother, you need to chill. Okay, but now I wanted to say quickly, and again, like I said, I'm doing a quick one. I'm not doing a long one today. I'm doing a quick one. Can we talk about the fact that Monica was spiraling?
Gifts, and like I show love. Like for Christmas Day, I will get everyone that I know the most thoughtful gift. I spend.
I can't lie to you. At this point, I felt sorry for the kid. Okay, at this point, I felt sorry for the kid because this part here, yeah, she had him on the ropes. No, she had him on the ropes. At this point, she had him on the ropes. I felt sorry for him. I was like, damn, sis. She talking about, oh, my love language is gifts. I said, sis, but you're sounding like you want materialism, not gifts. Okay? It sounds like you want materialism. And you're right, Mr. Play, he probably did it on purpose. I'll tell you why. Because earlier on in episode 5 or 6, he talked about how scared he was. That was when we should have known he was looking for an exit. He was looking for an exit. Okay? Alright? He's just too pussy-all to actually say that he actually wants to exit. That's the reality of the situation. But yeah, because she was on his neck about flowers. Now, of course, she did say words need to match action, so I do want to give her some grace. Okay, as well. But let's just be freaking real. Okay, let's be freaking real. Okay? All right, she was doing a lot. Okay, she was doing a lot, and she was moaning a lot and complaining a lot, and it was the way she was doing it. It was kind of getting a bit rude. You know what I'm saying to you? My girl's about to melt down about lilies and roses. I said, sis, if you don't stop, you're gonna push that man over the edge. And you can see he was getting stressed. You can see it. You can see he was getting stressed. Let me bring it to here. You can see he was getting stressed.
Money on like making people smile.
Gifts has always been my last. Even for Christmas, I think the last time.
The brother was too. The brother was. Oh man. The brother said, listen. The brother said, listen, hey, gifts is my last kind of thing. I can't be honest with you. I don't want to lie to you. Gifts is my last thing. You know, I can't lie to you. But he is my last thing. I don't want to play with it. So, shoot, I'm going to do something, but I didn't say flowers. I was like, damn. The brother is definitely waffling. The brother wants out. He wanted out. Okay? He wanted out. Okay? Let me quickly just dive into this one quickly as well. Okay? I'm going to dive into RAMSES and thingy real quick. Again, I'm doing a quick review. It's not a long one because I'll do proper reviews during the course of the week, but I wanted to get this out because I felt like the heat was on me.
The whole...
Call me naive then, I don't know. I just like, when I was finally put in a position where I was like, I push the button and a missile gets launched off the ship, because that was like one of my positions, I struggled with that and said like, if y'all tell me to push the button, I don't...
Okay, now I don't know if these two are looking for an actual storyline. I'm not sure. Maybe that's what they want. They want a storyline. I'm not sure because I do not know how you went through the whole of the pods. Okay, I don't know how you went through the whole of the pods thing, and none of you spoke about the fact that she was in the military and you felt so strongly about it. So I looked at RAMSES like, were you not being true and honest because you just wanted to win? Because there ain't no way that you're telling me that you're getting so mad right now about her military background when you knew she was military from before. You knew that already. So why are we here now having this conversation about something that actually happened? You knew this in the pods. You knew this already. So I'm looking at it, I'm going, this doesn't even make sense. Like, because we're stressing about a situation that should have been discussed in the pods, and now we're bringing it out into the open about how you would divorce her if she was going to go back into the military because you're Venezuelan. I said, bro, you were Venezuelan in the pods. Did you suddenly become Venezuelan outside the pods? Because you knew she was in the US Army before then. So why didn't you discuss that at the time? Just dumb. Like, I was just like, this is so silly, man. Like, don't drag this girl through. Listen, I don't think Merissa's the perfect person, but don't drag her through some madness that don't need to be dragged through. Like, it didn't even make sense for her to have that conversation. This whole conversation, it was having a mad conversation.
Ethics, and like that's something that I just is like opposed to like who I am.
Even though you love her and everything,
I love her,
just
yeah.
because of that and everything.
I don't view politics and those type of things. That's like something.
Man said, listen, I don't view politics, Venezuelan this, Venezuelan that, everything like that, but. I said, wait, if you knew that, why are you there? No, it can't be that strong, and you don't take this up in the pods. Like, this doesn't even make sense. This doesn't even make sense, right? And then you got her trying to apologize for the fact that obviously, for the fact that obviously she pressed a couple buttons. Listen, in war, nobody's a good guy or bad guy. It's just bad. It's morality. So it's just difficult. So the reality of the situation is, if you didn't want to be someone like that, you should have never chosen her. That is just nuts to me. Okay, very, very nuts. I don't know why they discussed it to that point. Now, can we talk about his mum? Can we talk about her mum? Because her mum was wilding. Oh my gosh. Ramsey, fair play to him, because Merissa's mum was violating on major levels. The mum was violating on major levels. I thought it was actually distasteful. Can't lie to you, some of the things she said. And actually it was very nasty. I didn't like it at all. I'm all for anybody. If the man was doing this, I would hate it too. I don't like when any parent does those kind of things. It was actually disgusting to hear some of the things that mom was kind of saying. And I say that in the sense of, when someone's new and into your presence, you know, for instance, calling him you look like an 80s break dancer with a jerry curl, it's very rude. It's very, very rude, right? And some of the things that the mom said was just very distasteful. I just said to myself, well, sis, can I be honest with you? Can I really be honest with you? Sis, if you're going to be that distasteful, this is why someone's going to say to you, well, this is maybe why your husband left you. This is why you're bitter. That's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like that's why your husband left you, isn't it? Cause this attitude, who wants to stay with it? Who wants to stay with it? You then exactly, Dorica. She then called her daughter a B word. I said, oh my gosh. Yeah, your husband had to leave. He ain't got no choice. He has to leave. What husband wants to be somebody who calls their own daughter a B word? I mean, come on. Can't, sorry. You can't. Poor kids, the poor siblings are suffering out there as well. Nobody can tell mum that it's disgraceful what she's saying, that it's disrespectful what she's saying. I said, damn. Tell you who, you can't even call her ratchet. She ain't even ratchet. No. We ain't even gonna put her in the ghetto. She's not even ratchet. She doesn't even get to even entertain that title. She's not even ratchet. That's not even the sad thing about it. She's not even ratchet. Okay? Man, she was doing way too much.
An album, so I went ahead and just put a collage of some pictures.
I've never seen this.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, she always was smiling.
Yeah, that was so cute.
In this relationship, you don't want me coming up there, staying with you for a while, taking care of a kid because.
And then she had the audacity also. I thought it was kind of scary. The fact that she also said, "Listen, don't let me come up there because I'm going to be the one that's going to cut off your balls." I said, "We need to chill." I said, "We need to chill. We need to chill." Yeah. I said, Marissa, you might want to go and ask your dad about the real reason why he left. Because your mum is giving energy that is not appeasing at all. This is not me. This is not me being funny. I'm being really serious. Like sometimes we look at fathers who leave, and of course you should never leave your kids, by the way. So you're still gonna have to get held accountable if you left your kids. Actually, no. Did he pass away? Did he leave or pass away? I can't remember. Sorry. Before I start, did he pass away? Because we don't want to start down that path. He might have passed away, or did he divorce and then pass away? I'm not sure. Is he still alive? I don't know. Anyway, so in that space, you know, I thought it was mad disrespectful, or mad distasteful too.
My daughter has to fucking work.
Mom doesn't want to come live with me because she thinks I'm evil, but
She is a bitch. She is bossy.
I am.
She's bossy, but you don't have to say that she's a B word. I just thought that was so wild. I just said it was so wild. So wild. Wait, 4? What do you mean she had 4 men? When did she say this? Don't do that, guys. Let's not. She didn't have 4 baby daddies. Let's stop that. She didn't have 4 baby daddies. Damn, I almost drank the wrong thing. She didn't have 4 baby daddies. Are you being serious, guys? Are you guys laughing and winding people up? 4 baby daddies for real? The mom didn't have 4 baby daddies. You lot are whining. Stop being silly, guys. She didn't have 4 baby daddies. Damn, for real? Seriously? I did not know. Well, we can see why the mouth is very sharp. You know, I was watching it in 1.5, so... Well...
Yeah.
He's seen it.
No, I've seen it.
He's seen me try to boss him.
Are we talking?
It would be nice.
Yeah.
And then Marissa said, "Oh, he's seen it. I tried to boss him." Sis, Marissa, you're gonna end up like your mom. If you don't stop, you're gonna end up like your mom. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Stop bossing people around. This is the whole point. Okay? All right? Stop bossing people around. It's not gonna help. Okay? You know what I'm saying to you? Stop bossing people around. All right?
It'd be nice if marriage lasts forever, but I don't believe in forever. It's 15 years, 20 years. God is happy when it's happy, and then it ends.
And when the mum said this, I said, listen, at this point, get the heck out of here. When the mum said, listen, I don't even believe in forever love, I said, then why are you here? Because you out here, okay? Because you out here talking wickedness and mad. You understand what I'm saying to you? You don't believe in forever love, and you're talking wickedness and mad. And all your talk is wickedness and mad? Oh, no. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about it. I was like, listen, personally, you know, a person going to say this, listen, if any mum does this, I do have to kind of check you. Because at a certain point, I need you to understand that it can't be my household that you do that to. And I'm respectful, you know what I'm saying to you? But I would have just told the mum, listen, excuse me, I do really appreciate the fact that you care about your daughter. But what we're not going to do is disrespect me in the process. Right? I'm all for talking about your daughter and the marriage that we're looking for, and I know you're protective over her, but one thing I will never stand for is you disrespecting me. Don't talk to me about my hairstyle, don't talk to me about my looks, don't be insulting, Those things don't work with me. The next time you do that, the conversation will be ended. I just don't play around. I don't play around in that particular way. I like boundaries. I like to respect people. And in that particular essence, if you do that again, I won't converse with you again. It's that simple. And this is make or break for you and your partner. For me personally, this is a make or break thing for my partner. If my partner now wants to check me, and by the way, I'm respectful. So if you now check me, I'm gonna be like, well, you should go and join with your mum as well. Because I can't play that game. Because one thing I definitely know is that when you allow step parents to move mad like that, your marriage is the next thing that goes. So you need to know that, listen, this particular marriage, this is a safe space for both of us. I'm not about to be having a marriage with you and your mum. Your mum done already had a marriage. She got 3 baby daddies and I'm not involved. But this marriage between me and you. So if you know you can't do that and you're going to bring your mum into every situation, this is why I can't really do it. It's a bit scary for me. I can't really do it. It's why I'm saying to you, I can't really do it. You know what I'm saying to you? Bro, hey, listen, Brooke, I'm not saying nothing, okay? I ain't gonna say nothing, Brooke. I ain't gonna say nothing now, okay? But yeah, I just thought that was distasteful. It was distasteful. Like, you can't talk to me like that with disrespect. Talk about how I look and everything like that and try to insinuate things and think that we're going to be cool. No, you need to be checked. You need to be, and when I say checked, it's not in a rude way. A man that is respectful will tell it in a respectful way. Excuse me, I really do appreciate the fact that you care about your daughter. I appreciate the fact that you love your daughter. I know you're protective. I know that you care about her. But what we're never going to do is disrespect me. Know that me and you, I want to keep that respectful. I never talk bad on you, never talk wickedness on you. But you're doing that right now. A couple of things that you just done now, disrespectful. But like I said, okay, all right. You know, but the thing is, more than likely, Marissa gonna end up like her mom's. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Marissa might end up just like her mom's. You gotta be very careful of that, my guy. He gonna be suffering. He gonna be fighting 2 women, chives and breadsticks. Okay, he gonna be fighting 2 of these women. My God. Zadadadaba, ikabrakabo, aish, zataba. Hi. Okay, let's go into the last part because this was sham freaking bollock. Oh my days. Listen, if you want to have the conversation, I got half an hour left. So if you want to join, say your piece, by all means, join the live quickly. We'll have another live super panel on Saturday for you guys as well. But if you want to have your say, just have your say right now. Can we just be real? This is bloody shambolic. Shambalizing Bolozo. Aye. Shambalizing the Bozolo. Aye, my God. My God. Shambalizing Shambalozus. Because what is this?
Get by myself and just like get my thoughts together. I just don't understand how our superpower seems like it's not our superpower anymore.
Listen, I appreciate it, but can I be honest with you? He a whole damn lie. He a whole damn lie. He a whole damn lie. I'm sorry, there is no comeback after this. Can I say it again? There is no comeback after this. There is no comeback after this. I'm sorry. You cannot lie, because you didn't just withhold, you were lying, because you're trying to say it. You cannot lie that you have 3 children outside. This is given African uncle, and I'm saying that from a biased perspective. I'm sure there's some Caribbean ones there, but I'm African, so I'm telling you. It's given African uncle who's married with a family back home, who's in Europe trying to find another wife. Okay? It's a whole damn lie. It's a whole damn lie. This is the African uncle who's married and been married for the last 10 years and comes to Europe, finds a young girl who's at 21, 22, pays for her whole lifestyle, doesn't send enough money back home, so the kids are actually suffering. Meanwhile, has 3 kids back home, but let me tell you this now. Okay? He a whole damn lie. And you're right, he's a Serbian king. We got to leave him to it. His mum raised him, so he's not one of us. Yeah, I understand. You're absolutely right. He ain't one of us. His mum raised him. It's from the Serbian side. It's not from the African side. You're absolutely right. Okay? I said, damn. Okay? He a whole damn liar. And I hope I hope Ashley runs, because if she doesn't, she'll be next. He a whole damn lie. If she does not run, she's next.
I feel like we had like such great communication, and I don't understand how 2 weeks before our wedding you drop this kind of bomb.
Yeah, listen, someone drops it 2 weeks before your wedding, they're trying to get you catched. Now, I get it, because you got an emotional connection. Now, this is where I need Ashley to ring her dad and say, Dad, come and get me now before anything happens. Come and get me now, because I'm feeling weak and I'm liable to go back. And listen, it's normal. It's normal. It's normal. No, let's be honest. It's normal. It's normal. Okay, all right, that she might feel like going back to him. I'm not gonna cuss her for that. What I'm gonna say is, sis, call your daddy, call your friends, call whoever. Okay, come and get you now, because you cannot trust yourself that you may go back, and this is nuts. 3 kids just plopped up on you. You need to see the evidence and paperwork.
Like I'm replaying and thinking of every conversation we've had where this could have been brought up, and I'm thinking, why? We're talking about joining a union. Like,
I totally see why she had her arms folded now. I see why she had her arms folded. Sis, your spirit was telling you. Your spirit was telling you. Your spirit was saying, Spirit, lead me where my faith could be made stronger. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you may call me. Spirit, lead me where my... Yeah, that's so cool. That's all I need to hear. All I need to hear next now from you, Ashley, is this. Your hands have to fold, and you just have to rock it back. Let your spirit just begin to pray. Father, we just want to pray right now. Release in the name of Jesus. Release. That's all you need. That's all. Because you're wasting your time. Because anything else is going to get you caught up. You just need to fold your arms like you were in the pool. Look, you don't have to play with these ones. This is the demons you're talking about. Y'all want what demons? You talk about Yoruba demons. This one is from Serbia. This one is a cold kind of demon. The Nigerian demon that you talk about, Yoruba demon, is very hot, but this one is Serbian demon. He's very... This one, you must meet that type of demon with prayers. Fasting. The Bible says it doesn't come out by fasting and prayer. You saw how the disciples suffered. You saw how the disciples suffered. This one comes out by fasting and prayer. Release. That's all you need for the next 3 days. Break every chain that is in that place. My God, who began it, He will accomplish it. My God, who began it, He will accomplish it. He is the Alpha and Omega. The beginning. And as the tears are falling, you are just worshiping. As the beginning and the end, He will accomplish it. Oh God, He will accomplish it. Oh my God, who began it? Oh my God, He will accomplish it. That's all you need. That's what you need to be. That's what you need to be. This one come out by fasting and prayer. Nothing else. Don't come and play with this one. Run. You know what I'm saying to you? Run, sis, run. This ain't it. Don't fight this one by the Bible says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, they're mighty for the pulling down of strongholds. You are fighting principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. 3 children, you didn't need to tell anybody, and you call them sperm donors. My guy, you're lying. You are lying. You are lying. The Bible tells us that when you cast out that unclean spirit called Tyler, it goes out. Let me sweat. Make me water. Yeah, it goes out and it finds that it's very dry out there. And it says, let me go back. Let me water. It goes back. So there's too dry out here. We're going back. Okay? And then it takes 7 more and comes back. My friend, before this demon demolishes you, Shebalo Bayindo Robo Saka, Bakurebedeshe, before this demon takes you out, my sister Ashley, hey Reketamaya, sis, Mokorabaha, hey, midnight, when you see, after you finish that conversation, Rabakapaya, you go and grab your shawl, Kerebede, you go and grab your shawl and you go like this, Rebeketaba. Shapraya kanteyada. Father, I pray. Kakintoroboka. Ishkatayende. You don't play with these demons. Sis. This is from the Serbian Heights. It's very cold. This demon here, we don't play with this demon. Hey, you go and take your show. Reba payando kayaraba. Hey, kabashaba. And if it's not enough, you grab a second one. You say, hey, this demon is strong. You grab a second one and you say, Lord, Jesus. You grab your second one and you say, Lord, I'm in here. Father, see my cry. Father, you see my cry. You see the trouble that I'm facing. A man that is a lion spirit is in here. Hey, babaya, sabat. And if it's not enough, you grab a third one. You say, no, it's not enough. So you grab another one. Shaka payarabaha. Yenkerebeketon kantayada. Sakabraya kata. Iskataya. Habraya kendo shekebrekata. Usekebraya. But because you see, it's cold in Serbia. So you have to get yourself ready. You're being transported in the spirit. You know what I'm saying to you? You're being transported in the spirit. So you have to know it's cold where it is. You have to be prepared for where you're going to. The warfare is not in the heat, it's in the cold. So you must be prepared. Rakantayantapaya. Sekerebe kendo shakataya. Ha! God. You don't have to play with it. Don't play with it. And if it's not enough, you grab another one. Because it will not be me. Because it will not be me. Because it will not be me. It will not be me. It will not be me. That's what you got to do, my guy. You know what I'm saying to you? We are serious candidates. Look, you don't play when you're in danger. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? When you're in danger, you don't play. This is a demon. You can have 3 kids, 3 of them, and not tell anybody. 3 of them, and not tell anybody. Hey! That's when you go and you get the anointing oil. Shaparaba, anoint the head. They say anointing. You say, ba, sa, 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 sa. Kapaya, kapaya, you go and get the oil and you go and anoint, because what is that? What is that? 2 weeks before the weddings come, you want to tell me you have 3 kids. 2 weeks before the wedding, you want to come and tell me that now that you got 3 kids and they're sperm donors. You couldn't tell me this in the pods when we were talking for a whole week, but now you can tell me 2 weeks before the wedding. Yes, you are a demon, because I must locate you. Your name is Tyler. I pray, come out! Sakarabakataye, come out! In the name of Jesus. The sons of Sceva said, listen, Paul I know, Jesus I know, Ashley I will also know. The sons of Sceva said, listen, Paul we know, Jesus we know, but I also know Ashley, because from today, the Lord, the God that you know, will now know you, Ashley. Hey, the Bible says in Galatians 4 that it's not now that we know him, but he now knows us. Hey, The Bible says in Exodus 14:14, it says that be still and know that he is God, for he goes out to battle for you. Hey, 2 Chronicles 20. If you don't know, the Bible says that Jehoshaphat was surrounded by armies and decided in 2 Corinthians 20. This one says 2 Corinthians 20. So 2 Chronicles 20. 2 Chronicles 20. He said, let me tell you something. The armies have surrounded him. But he said, Lord, what shall we do in this moment? And the prophets told him, listen, fast. So the prophet said to him, go and worship. That is all. By tomorrow, the Lord will do. Don't go and sit there in the enemy's camp. Don't go and sit there in the enemy's camp when the Lord is telling you, like Gideon, go out and tear down the Asherah poles of your dad. Aye! This is not the time to sit down. Huh? If you haven't read Gideon 6 and 7, this is the time to go and tear down the Baal altars, the Asherah poles. Huh? This is the time to go and destroy these things. And I'm joking, but I'm being deadly serious. I'm joking, but I'm being deadly serious at the same time. No, I'm being deadly serious. As I'm joking with you, I'm being deadly serious. I'm hoping that you're taking my community, but it's being very serious. When somebody presents this is demonic. What do you mean? No. So I won't fight you in flesh. I will fight you in spirit. My God. Because where we're going to is very cold. I keep telling you this. The blankets are because of where you're going to. Where you're going to Serbia. You will not catch cold where you're going. The Bible says that the Lord is an unquenchable fire. You will find fire. Hey! Anyway, let me be serious. Yeah, I'm saying to you, my God. Let me be serious. You don't have to let demons take over you like that, my guys. Okay? All right? The Bible says, listen, know no man after the spirit. You understand what I'm saying to you? Know no man after the spirit. Test every spirit. Discern. The Bible says, abstain from all appearances of evil. You are seeing evil. 3 kids. 3 kids. 3 kids. Yeah. Gotta leave that alone. All right, cool. Let me get some people on. Because that is wild to me. Okay? All right? Sheesh. I'm ready to go and pray because that is wild. Let me get some people on. All right, cool. Where do we start? Let's start from where it was. Ashley and Tyler. Talk to me. What are you saying, Sid?
I know I said from week 1 when Tyler came out doing interviews.
You did say you did. You did.
He getting ahead of the enemy.
You said it, ahead of that devil.
The enemy. Ooh, and I did not realize how large of an enemy he was trying to slay. I'm sorry, didn't mean for you to joke. I did not expect this to be a large enemy. And I think I want to rephrase, it's not, and I don't want anyone to take for joke, it's not the kids. It's the fact that you hid them.
Yeah.
As Ashley said, you did not tell her so she can make an informed decision. And if you were a donor, let's go with that line. You're a donor. You are doing good for your friend. It is wonderful to give life. But we gonna need to see the paperwork where you gave up your parental rights, so we know you're not held liable for child support. We're gonna need to see that that family adopted the children outright, so that you gave up your parental rights. Don't think it's just you're gonna tell the story that I was a donor. There is paperwork assigned to that. And how did you donate, Tyler? Did you donate between the sheets or did you go to the clinic? Because that's my question. How did you donate? Because donors usually get paid. So did you get paid? We have questions. Because if there isn't any giving up of your parental rights, those are your children and you are responsible. So now while you're trying to get Ashley to have all these other kids. She doesn't know that she needs, the minivan is full. Basically, Ashley doesn't realize the minivan with her 2 kids is full. So my thing is that it's the keeping the information from your person. They should have just said this segment was secrets. Because everybody was letting out all their secrets, secretly how they felt, secretly having kids. It was just ridiculous and too much for me. Too much for me. But Tyler, yeah, she need to run. But her daddy said she'll ride or perish. She gonna stick it out. But I'm hoping daddy is sitting in the backseat like he said, because he gonna need to kick Tyler out of the car and he gonna need to take on driving and drive Ashley on out of there. Because if she stays with Tyler, I'm sorry. If she stays with Tyler, I'm gonna write her off the list. Because then she just, she made her bed and she gonna have to lay in it.
Go for it, Dahlia.
So, first of all, I will never doubt either one of you again when it comes to body language. I was really trying to defend them as a couple. Coach, I want you to scrub that entire panel. You're going to have to scrub that entire panel because I was trying to rob these people and they're making me look like an a-hole right now. First of all, I want to know, what did our beloved Jehovah do to deserve this? How did his name get brought into this? This man had the nerve, the audacity, the freaking gall to bring God into his tomfoolery. This will not stand. No. Him, and also, and I know we'll get to him in a minute, but RAMSES, don't think I didn't clock the fact that when they were talking about religion, he said, and I came in late, so I don't know if you already mentioned this, Kojo. He said he was a minister, and in the entire while, he didn't even believe in God. He didn't even believe in him. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that was the first time I ever felt real disgust and fear about the fact that there are so many people who claim Christianity, who more than that, claim to be ministers and teachers of the Bible, and they don't believe at all. Like there are people who are really like that out here. But anyways, back to the liar. By the way, we can call him Serbian. He can absolutely be the Serbian demon. That's what I'm going to refer to him as from now on. We ain't got to claim him. We never have to claim him. He did that to himself. I feel bad for Ashley, but also I can't even believe she allowed that man to hug her after he lied to her face the entire time. Asked her daddy for a blessing. And then, this is going to make me mad all over again. She allowed that man to hug her. Girl, stand up. Like, what? I don't understand. And you know what else? Netflix is going to end up having another lawsuit on their hands because what happened this season was so far beyond the pale. Like, you really have put all of these people in harm's way. What if they had carried forward with the marriage? She would have grounds for an annulment, not just her, but multiple people, including Monica. I mean, there's literally no vetting done whatsoever. Not even the basics. That is scary. I don't see how you're going to be able to get continuous casting if you cannot take proper care of the people that you have right in front of you. I don't see how that's going to stand. I really don't. They're going to need to do something about that because this is crazy. And I know that they're allowing this to play out for drama and it's good for ratings, but you're not going to have any longevity if you keep fumbling the ball like this. I would never sign up for a show knowing that you would allow people like Steven and Tyler and who's the other one? Leo, the narcissist, to come through. Absolutely not. I'm done. I just went on a whole rant, so I'm gonna pass the mic now.
Whew, Chile. Any other thoughts on Ashley and no? Okay, Stefan and Monica Elsid.
Okay, y'all throwing the ancestry away? Y'all throwing his 0.3% away?
We already knew.
Okay. Steven says he lost his job. Okay. Monica said she gonna hold it down. Okay. Steven, you lost your job, you lost your benefits. When did you have this sleep study done? Or were you studying between the sheets with someone? Because usually a sleep study means you do what? You go to sleep. So if you're actually texting someone all night, you didn't actually sleep and you didn't study anything. But, barring that, I want to see the text because I need to know how disgusting is disgusting with Monica. Is it truly disgusting or is it just outside of her realm? But anyway, he was texting another girl. Monica, he told you this in the pods. This ain't new. You knew it. Every time Steven's story takes a turn, it's always about intimacy. Always. Every time his conversation moves, it's about sleeping with someone on their knees praising his jewels. It is something. He is always going in that direction. So, Monica, I don't know if you were listening. But again, he needed to have this appointment for this sleep study. He needed to have medical coverage and he needed to pay a copay, right? So I would have asked you for the copay receipt. Where's the copay receipt? But then maybe that's me being too invested in evidence. I'd have just been, get your bags and go. Let's go. Let's really, really go. Go away. I'm hurt. I don't like this. And certainly don't bring me any flowers because I'll probably throw it in the bin. But Steven, I was watching you. I was holding out hope that it was just a socioeconomic issue. But when I sat back today and I watched all those episodes and Steven's tangents and conversation, it's not every time the wind blows. It's every time Steven opens his mouth, it goes into a bedroom scene.
Yes, Dahlia. Absolutely right. I definitely hear you on that, Alcid.
So, excuse me. So, okay. I don't have as much fire for this particular couple. And I think it's because I'm biased. I don't like Monica. I recognize this. I don't like her. So I think it makes it difficult for me to sympathize with her as the wrong party. I recognize she is the wrong party, but I don't like her. I don't like how she was treating this man. And I didn't see it before we were talking on the panel, but these last few episodes, I really see it. She was just straight up rude and disrespectful towards him and treating him like her servant. It was gross. And you can really see it on her face. Like before all this stuff came out, she didn't like that man. She did not want to be with him. And he had this weird, I don't know, like servant relationship with her. He was like really, really catering to her in a way that was just, I don't know where it was coming from. And I don't know what that's about. I did think it was weird. And I'm really surprised she didn't clock this. When they came back home and he was talking about how he lost his job and he said that he was calling in to see if he had one. I was thinking to myself, to see if you had one? What do you mean? How do you not know if you have a job or not? You didn't square away and make arrangements before you left? So did you just leave? Did you just abandon your job? Where did you do that at? Like what? Okay, so what happened then, Elsa? Because I'm trying to understand how the heck do you not know if you have a job or not?
Okay, here's my thought, and it's just a thought. It's not excusing him. He should know if he had a job or not. It could be that he told his job he's going to be away for 10 days for the show. He didn't think he was going to find love or even go to Mexico. Could be. And then he just found love and he stayed out there longer than he expected, which Mexico was 3 days longer. He still didn't have his phone by then, so he couldn't contact anybody. That's not an excuse of his behavior. It's just a thought.
Okay. I think that's a terrible excuse. I hate that. If it's true, I'm sorry. That's a whack ass excuse. Excuse my French. That's whack. Also, he's weird. I do want to. I said this in the pod. I thought It was weird that he picked up a book because he's like 1% black. Okay, you got a little curl to you. All right. It's weird that you got books. I knew, and I knew he was a freak when he started talking about when he was talking about sex. And literally every episode he's been bringing it up. And I thought he was getting crasser and crasser in his comments. And then she was just kind of like shrugging it off, but not really like delving into why he's like this. And I thought, oh, maybe he's just a freak. Some people are like that. And he just doesn't really care who knows it. But I was not expecting this. Also, did anybody else think it was really weird that when Monica was talking with Taylor about this, he just pops up out of nowhere? Because I thought he was gone. I thought they had some big blow up and then he had already left. And then all of a sudden you see him out of the corner of your eye crossing over to the kitchen. Meanwhile, Taylor just got done calling this man evil. So he heard her. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's about to get pissed and there's going to be another fight or something. And it didn't happen. He's just taking it. It's so weird. It's so weird. It feels like he's intentionally trying to blow up his life or something. Because it's like, okay, you're blowing up your relationship. That started in Mexico. You clearly blew up your job. And now the whole world thinks you're like some weirdo sex fiend or something. It's like, what are you doing? I don't get all of this at all. It's like some weird humiliation kink or something. I don't know what his deal is, but yeah. That's all I got. I don't know what to think of them.
Sean,
what's going on? Listen, I had no intentions of getting up here, but when I see you whipping out your Kojo's blankets in many colors, like David's coats, I said I've got to come on because I just want to go back for 2 seconds. And I appreciate you rebuking Tyler because we the male delegation, we don't claim him. He needs to be rebuked and set aside, and he needs deliverance, and not like the Netflix movie that Lee Daniels produced, but some real deliverance from what he got going on. So we're not even going to refer to him. I'm not even going to allow it to be part of our zeitgeist. He is done, okay? He's done. And I pray to God that Ashley, wakes up and realizes that she deserves so much better than that and to move on. There's no redemption. Don't ask for paperwork. Just get on, the good foot and let's go because she got to go. Now, I'm more than ready to get over here with Monica and Thor, as I call him. So, unfortunately, I hate to say this, but this is white supremacy at its best. And unfortunately, Monica was looking to find a white king and denouncing her blackness, and she done found a fool because he is a whole fool. And similar to you, Dahlia, I really wasn't the biggest fan of Monica, in the pods, but I have complete empathy for her because this is a freaking mess. We ain't been in a house for 2 days, we just moved into the shared apartment, and I got to send you money for expenses. Nah, baby girl, this brother got to do better. You got to do better. If you on thin ice like that, you can't even fake it for a couple of days. Yeah, she gotta go. Pack it up and go. And then to hear all these sexual comments, and now I know why she was telling him to hush, because this is exactly what people do when they got a lot going on. They fill the air with their voice so that they're always talking, they're always driving the narrative, they're always saying something. So she can never get a chance to say anything. She can never get a chance to think and process and say, "Hey, let me ask a question to this. Let me connect the dots here." No, that's his game. That's his shtick, is so that he can be talking constantly. So he's talking her around circles and talking all this nonsense. Meanwhile, he's telling on himself because he hypersexualizes her. He hyper fetishizes her. And listen, it's not about kink shaming anybody. You can like what you like, but you also have to operate in a manner that it doesn't take over your life. And clearly, he has no self control. He's texting other women. He keeps talking inappropriately. He made that comment to, I think, Samantha about when the other dude gets out of the pod and women are going to want to S his D. The bro is uncontrolled. He's unbridled, and I'm just happy he showed his hand a lot sooner and that Monica was smart enough to be like, hey, something ain't clicking here. Let me check that phone. Let me look at what's going on because something don't smell clean in the buttermilk. So I'm so glad she peeped it. Get him packing. He gotta go. I hope there's no reunion. No, let's be friends outside of the process. Let's, no. Send him his way. He needs help. The brother is sick. He ain't got a job, but he's busy talking about some kink he want to do, talking about pegging and this and that. Bro, you need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be on Career Builder, not on XXX Hub, So that's my 2 cents.
I'm definitely hear you. Yeah, 100%. He ain't moving mad out here. Any other thoughts on Stefan and Monica before we move to someone else? Go for it, Dahlia.
Yeah, real quick. I just put this in the chat, but now that I'm thinking about it further, I wonder, since we know he's a big, gigantic liar, I wonder if he lost his job before the show even started, and then he just fudged the dates to make himself get some sympathy. Like, oh my gosh, as a result of the show, I lost my job. Sympathy. Can you give me some money, please? Because he had no problems letting her pay for stuff. Like, what grown ass man do you know is doing that? He has me cussing. I don't even cuss like this. What man do you know just lets their woman pay for stuff like that? You don't even really know her like that. And you cool with letting her float you money like that? Come on, man. Where's your dignity? I really feel like this man's a bum. I feel like he lost that job before him, and he's just lying about when it happened. That's what I think.
Definitely hear that. Okay, let's talk about obviously RAMSES and MERISSA, because boy, oh boy, I mean, shoot, there's 2 issues they got going on. We've got military and sex now, which is just mind-boggling. I don't know if this is the same thing as last season. We had that couple that had a issue about condom situation, which is just nuts to me. I don't think it's sensible at all. But anyway, yes, what's you guys' thoughts now about MERISSA and RAMSES situation? Because boy oh boy boy oh boy, you know what I'm saying to you, interesting enough as well. Yes, Sean.
Yeah, I can't. There's so much wrong with this situation. First of all, Marissa's mother is a red flag in and of herself. I gotta go. I understand being somebody that just is off the cuff, is unfiltered, but like, whoa, she's a red flag. I'm glad Marissa is like, she's gonna do what she wants to do, but if that's, whew, it's hard to completely disconnect from that level of chaos. And her mom is chaotic. My nervous system was shot after watching that scene. So fast forward to this military conversation, and I think that happened actually before the meetup with her mom. But that is, to me, wild. Like, how he's holding her foot to the fire when she's already said there's things about the military that I disagree with, but this is the career path that she chose. And bro, for all purposes, I believe him to be a U.S. citizen. So somebody's got to be part of the military. It's not like this is Netflix Love Is Blind International, and you're not from the U.S. You live in the U.S. You pay taxes in the U.S. So whether you disagree, and have a staunch opinion about some of the things that the military in the United States gets themselves involved in, you are a part of it. So you can't condemn her when you live here and you pay taxes and you also help to, be part of the system. It's not like he's saying, I want to go back and live in Venezuela. So I just don't, it's so nuanced, and it's not like she's saying I believe in this, or I'm very this way. No, she's showing you her values, you and her values align. So I kind of had a problem with that conversation, and it just also circled into this whole conversation around sex. Like, I thought that was extremely selfish of him and very unlike him. He's supposed to be, woke, aware, non-traditional male, you know. And here you are, you're telling her like, "Hey, I want to wait to have kids," but you don't want to bear the responsibility of wearing protection. Like, bro, like, what are you like? Really, you're gonna sit here and have this conversation with her like that? I was disgusted by him. I'm like, bro, you're. I thought him to be a fake and a fraud. He's just a nice guy cloaked. He's cloaked in a nice guy garment. Because at the end of the day, you can't take responsibility and do what you can do for yourself, and you keep pushing it. Like, it's one thing to express your opinion, but he keeps pushing it. I just need sex to be beneficial. Bro, you're supposed to be better than that. That is patriarchal. That is also misogynistic for you to talk to her like that when you can bear the responsibility of wearing protection and you want her to put chemicals in her body so that you can feel pleasure, but you don't want to have kids. That was wild to me. That was wild to me. I think Marissa needs to wake up and smell the coffee and get the heck out too, because that to me is only gonna be. It's very. It seems he seems to be very one-sided. Like, if you don't fit into his worldview or do things exactly the way he thinks they should be done, then he's gonna have a problem. He's not like a Tyler where he's got 3 kids floating around, but he's still gonna be problematic because he doesn't know how to be reasonable. I'm done.
Would he know? Would he know if he had a few kids running around? Because all this is telling me is that if he is wearing protection, it's not enjoyable, is what he said. And he needs it to be enjoyable. He's not considering her protection. So I'm going to need you to show me your latest clinic report, because that means you out here raw. That means you've been out here running these streets with whatever woman you're with, and you're not handling your birth control side. And if I was Marissa, it would be like, oh no, we can't go there. We can't go there at all. Plus, he tells the mom, he wants to go back to school. Guess what, Ramses? As a military spouse, you could go back to school for free. Are you going to utilize that? Or are you going to be up in arms about the military, even though collecting military benefit as a military spouse? I'm just asking. I have questions for him because there's so many benefits of the military that he will have as a military spouse. He should just say no right now. He should just say no right now, because he is not going to like the fact, and he may have self-loathing for benefiting from her military service. So, Marissa, you're happy-go-lucky, but you became your mother in that moment. A little glimpse of her when he said, well, guess what? Guess what? I'm not going to use any birth control. I heard your mother's tone, that hard tone. I heard it then. And I hope Ramses heard it, because Mama read him the riot. Mama was like, yeah, I don't like your fashion. I don't like your hair. I don't like you look like a break dancer. I don't know you, and I don't like you. So what exactly are you trying to save here, Ramses? What exactly? Because I'm not seeing a reason for you to stay here. Because she says she loves her military service. She has been a military child. She has been on bases since she is 2. It is ingrained in her. She said she is going to raise her child and teach them so that they can make their own decision. What then, Ramses, 18 years from now, and your child decides to go into the military? What then? What then? What are you going to say? Are you going to love them any less? You need to think about this before you head to the altar. I know we're watching an edited show, but they can only edit what you give them. And I'm gonna need you to leave the noodles on the stove a little bit longer. Because her mama she said she's gonna come for you if you break her daughter's heart. But yes, you can have a prenup for future earnings. You can have it for future benefits. So I understand the mother having a prenup, but mama, stay out their business. If your daughter doesn't want to have a prenup, then just be there for her in the future if it happens, not when, if. Mama is just a doomsday about marriage. Whew, I couldn't handle it.
Hear it, Dahlia.
So I have a few thoughts on this. This couple. I never liked them. I never liked either one of them. Didn't think I would like Ramses less though. I'm surprised okay. So initially I actually liked the conversation that they were having about the military. I liked the back and forth that they were having about their values and in military, because it's conversations that I've had with my family. I appreciated that. But then I kept thinking about it and I thought to myself, same as you, Sean, I thought he's a big giant hypocrite, because if he really has an issue with how America runs the country or how it interacts with other countries, why are you here, sir? Why are you here? Like, I understand if maybe he came over as a child, because I don't hear an accent in his voice. So maybe he came over and he was a kid and he didn't have a say. But you are free to leave. You are free to go to another country that has less enemies than America. I'm being dead serious here. Seriously, you can go to New Zealand. You can go to France. You can go to, what's another one? You can go to Germany. I'm here in Germany. The weather sucks, but you know, the food's decent. There's so many places that you can go that are not America if you have such a problem with how we run our government. Okay, so that's one thing, because it seems like that's a very big deal for him. So I don't understand why he's messing around with Merissa. And Marissa's very confusing, because on one hand she says that, you know, she agrees with him about how America is run, but then she also says, I'm proud of my record and I support the troops. Girl, what? Which is it? Like, what? I think she's just saying that because that's how he feels, and maybe she feels like she needs to go along to get along. He's making her feel bad. I don't know what the deal is on that, but she's very confusing. I left more confused about what she thinks and feels than I did at the start of it, because I thought they were on the same page. So that's one thing. Second thing is, I'm still on Ramses' neck about that whole ministry thing. I'm glad his mom, no, her mom pressed him about his marriage, because we would never have gotten that otherwise. And it really bothers me that this man went all the way into ministry knowing deep down that he does not actually believe. It really, really bothers me. And I don't like that. That's a separate issue though. I don't like that. And also I really resent the fact that it seemed like when they were having the conversation about birth control, he was more pressed about birth control than he was about the military service. That's what it felt like to me. And aside from the fact that he's been shooting her club all the way up. I mean, I had no clue that it was like that, but it didn't escape my notice that the way he talks, it seems like that's been like a long running thing for him, because he was really disappointed about the fact that she wanted condoms. That should have been par for the course for you. So it sounds like your previous partners were also letting you hit it raw. She needs to go ahead and get to that clinic ASAP Rocky. You don't know what this man done gave you. The least of your concerns is a kid. Okay? That would actually be a blessing. It could be something else that would be nothing but pure misery for you. So that's number one. And then number two, also, did you guys catch Merissa's mom, Vanessa, when she said that Merissa wanted to be a stay-at-home mom? She wanted to be there with her kids. And I said to myself, what you mean? The law student? The lawyer in training? She wants to be a stay-at-home mom since when? And I was waiting for Merissa to say something like, nuh-uh, that's not true. And she said nothing. Crickets. So that tells me, no, her mother was right. That is what she wants. But this is also the same Merissa who said she wants to work. And she was pressing Ramses to see if he'd be willing to stay at home. Which is it, Merissa? But now you letting this man hit it raw. And she said she would be okay with having a kid right now. You trying to trap this man? What is this? Because you know you're not on birth control. It sounds like he didn't know that, but you're totally okay with it. And given your family's history, I think she would actually be okay with having a baby and not the marriage. I don't know what the deal is with them. They're both two very confusing people. Gross people. Like I don't see either one of them really lasting. I think that Ramses is a hypocrite, and I think Merissa doesn't know who she is or what she wants. And I think it'd be very easy to lead her around. As much as she claims that she's bossy and all that, and her mom's calling her the B word, which I can't even believe. I don't think she's that much of one. I think given the right man, it'd be pretty easy to lead her around and get her to do what he wants. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Oh, and by the way, the prenup thing, I'm sorry. Elle said, we gonna disagree on this one over here because she ain't got no money, man. We don't know if she'll ever make any money. And if she does, this will be after both of them are married. Right now, he would be the one supporting her because it doesn't sound like she's got a job. It sounds like the government is funding her education, which is fine. But for a lawyer, it takes a minute for you to actually build up any funds. So he will be the one to actively be supporting her. And so any money that they make, really, you're building that together. So I don't see how a prenup would stand when it comes to their particular situation, especially once the kids start coming through. It's not like she's actually bringing any income in on her own, right? They're really doing that together. So that's where I am with it.
Yeah, you could still have a prenup. You have to delineate certain things. We could talk offline, but you could definitely have a prenup to protect future earnings, future inheritance. Like, let's say you didn't know that auntie or the uncle that, as Kojo said earlier, that went away, that he would leave you an inheritance. You can certainly protect certain unknowns for the future. But I'm with you with that. My thing is, she's studying to be a lawyer. One of the I wouldn't say easiest, but good pathways for her would be to be in JAG, branch of the military that is in law.
Yeah.
So I would totally say, that they, he may have a military service issue sooner than he expects. Because I'm sorry. That is part of her. She said she's been a military child since 2.
Right.
That is a part of her life. So him saying that he ain't about that life, And as you said, I love, Dahlia, that you brought a list of countries he could go to. That was wild for me. I loved it. It went petty. I would have gone because I wouldn't even do the research. I'd just say go. Find somebody to sell and just go. But Ramses is just Ramses. The fact that you are not considerate about what you didn't even want to have the full conversation about what birth control does to her body.
Right.
You really didn't want to hear it. You really didn't want to hear her objections to birth control. She wanted to have kids sooner, which I need to know how far she is in law school because a baby will certainly put a pause on law school. But we didn't even flush out the conversation like we did with the previous couple a few seasons back. But again, I think they're in a fantasy. I'm not going to say it like her mama said it all out there, but they're in a little fantasy world and they need to get their feet on the ground. I'm sorry. Oh, Kojo didn't even talk Hannah.
We haven't got there yet. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts on Ramses. Anyone else before we go to Hannah?
Yeah. I know I missed the first part of your live, but I saw in the title "Dust Has No Colors." I think Ramses got some dust kicking up under him too. I just think they need to go. It's looking like and a lot of people were saying it beforehand that they were just too involved in the sex of it all, and unfortunately, I have to kind of agree now. Because I think that all that passion, which is good to have, gets overshadowed, especially when y'all are planning a marriage. You know, y'all are trying to plan a future and life together. The intimacy is super important, but I think that should have been last. You know, I think we should have been having these discussions about protection and birth control before they started getting into it. And meanwhile, you know, I found Marissa to be way too reasonable when she was like, well, we can just raw dog it and then take the risk. No, baby girl, don't. No, no, no. That should be a full stop for you when you hear how he's talking. You know, because at first I thought he was on the right track when he said, you know what, I don't want you to do anything that harms your body. I'm like, okay, good. We're not going to have a repeat of last season where the guy pretends like he doesn't know what alternative forms of birth control are, you know? But then he started going down that dark road of wanting it to feel good. And if she enjoys it, I'm like, no, 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 abort the mission. Sorry. We just if you can't even take responsibility for yourself, she does. She wants to have kids sooner. You want to have them later. You don't want to. You don't want to use protection because you want the feels, bro. I'm sorry. Now listen, I understand what he's talking about because I too have been in that mindset, but I just take the risk. You know, I ain't gonna force nobody to do. You know, I've never asked or pressured a woman to go on birth control. She don't want to do it, we don't do it. And if we're in a relationship and I'm willing to assume the risk, we're gonna assume the risk. But there's so many ways to be smart about it. Know her ovulation cycle. Look at the calendar. You know, you could be smart or you can just be dumb and ignorant and just say, "Oh well, I just wanted to feel good." Yeah, I'm done with them.
Listen, let me just say this now. Listen, look, wear a condom. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I done seen some things. Wear a condom. Ovulation, no ovulation. When the seeds are doing what the seeds do, sometimes it breaks past those seasons. Let me just say that.
Kojo,
Okay?
that is
Yes, sir.
misinformation. You can't have a baby without ovulation.
I'm just listen, I'm saying this. Don't risk it. Listen, God is a funny God. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just saying, don't risk it. God is a funny God. You may know ovulation time and season, but things happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't necessarily work. I'm saying that even when you do, you know what I'm saying, Chu? Even when someone thinks that their ovulation has started and something hasn't really properly started yet, but it's starting to... Before you know it, you're somewhere on this internet talking about, I don't know how it happened. And trust me, take my word for it, okay? All right, I done saw some things, okay? So just know that don't do that. Don't do it. Wear a condom, okay? But like Sean said, unless you're willing to take that risk, okay, then you have to be ready for that risk, which is why I didn't have a problem with what she said, but I heard what you said about Elsa, about her tone. Yes, it definitely was her mum's tone. At the same time, what she was saying, the content of what she said is also true, which is that, bro, if you're going to shoot up, just know there is a chance that this is going to go wrong. Okay? And so, you know, I would just advise any man out there, okay, all right, put the condom on. It's easier. Okay, all right, it's just easier. And if you really believe in the ovulation, I hear it, but you ain't the ovulator. She is. And let me tell you something about the ladies. They will tell you ovulation might have started, but it can get wrong too. And I don't mean that they're off completely, but it might be a day early, day late, whatever. Before you know it, you are somewhere else. Okay, and you got that text coming through. Okay, yeah, your heart ain't pounding like it's pounding before. Trust me, I'm telling you, avoid it all the manner and the way. Wear a condom. Okay, all right. Better yet, don't have sex at all because we should wait till marriage. But if you do, put a condom on. Thank you. Yeah. Any other thoughts before I go to Hannah?
Yeah, real quick. So just to address a couple comments in the chat about what I said about Ramses moving out of the country. I'm not being funny when I say that. It's not even on some MAGA type stuff. It sounded like he legit has some real issues with American foreign affairs, which is fair. I mean, it really is, because I got my own issues with it. But I mean, child, my people, we've been here for like 300 years. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just saying for him, he doesn't have to stay here. You really can Go anywhere that you want to. You don't have to stay in the country where people have done you dirty, have done your people dirty. And on top of that, you live in DC, of all places. Of all the places to live, you live in the very heart of the nation where they make the decisions to send nuclear missiles out and stuff like that. So I don't understand his thought process. It just sounds like lip service, and he don't really mean that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong, but considering his track record and where he stands on other issues like kids and raw dogging, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. He's still a hypocrite to me through and through. So yeah, that's it.
I hear that. All right, let's go to Hannah and Nicky D, because obviously you know what do you know what it was? I started off not liking Hannah, and then towards the end I started liking her. I can't lie to you. For Nicky D, you know what I'm saying to you? For Nicky D, I started liking her. At the beginning, when I saw her in episode 7, I was like, she's doing way too much. But then by episode 9, I kind of understood her, and I kind of got it. Like, something happened to her, right? Obviously, she got cut off at 18, but she had to start working at 16. And then I kind of understood where her stank attitude came from. You know what I'm saying to you? Because at first I was like, wait, where's the stank attitude coming from? Her parents seem to be amazing. They seem to be. You know, that's how it starts. It seems to be amazing. The brother looks cool. The little brother looks cool. Everything just seems to be so right. But so did it look like that in Get Out. But the thing is, it just looks so right. And then just seeing her attitude was so political. And I said, well, clearly something's happened because, you know, her being, you know, cut off at 16, she must have taken that very, very hard. She must have taken that very, very hard because the attitude that she's taken on is interesting because, and obviously her attitude obviously has been causing a problem for a long time because the parents were just not here for it. Like, let's be honest, the parents were like, you know what? They know she struggles. In fact, they're like, listen, if we can get someone to take her away, goddamn. If we can get someone to take her away, goddamn. Is there a man that would love her? Goddamn. Like, even the mum was like, I give up. Like, you know, even the mum was like, so you can see that they feel some type of way. I don't know if she developed an attitude. I don't know if something's happened to her. You know, maybe she's got a dark story that she hasn't told us, you know, as to maybe she changed and became something that she did at 16 and the parents were like, you know what, we've had enough, we're cutting you off. Something's happened because it just seems so weird to have this kind of disposition and your parents and the family just seem to be so loving and nice. Unless they're complete bastards behind the scenes, which some narcissist parents can be, but I don't know. I mean, they weren't given those signs, but I don't know. I have to wait and see. But who else wants to talk about this? Who has her thoughts on Hannah and Nicky D? That was just my little thought process on them.
So Hannah's dad said he ain't grilling Nick, and her mother said, I think you've grilled him plenty. That told me what I needed to know. This is Hannah. Hannah also tells Nick, and I'm sorry, telling my spouse I'm more financially intelligent than you? Yeah. The way Hannah's talking to Nick is the way Merissa's mother talked to RAMSES. I'm sorry. She's not talking to him like this is her partner that she will grow with. And Nick gets his little jabs in. He's like, okay, he pushes back a bit. But again, you know, Hannah is just lashing at Nick. And I need to see more of where this is coming from. Because I'm not seeing Nick doing anything really harsh. Nick came in for a realtor to have 2 new buyers is wonderful. He has 2 new clients, his potential for income. He's telling her about his day, and she's like, go take the trash. Go take the trash. And you probably wouldn't take the trash if I didn't tell you to take the trash. So let's sit down and let's talk about all the things you don't do. Again, Hannah, it is not nice being around you. Not what we're seeing. You know, I always hear men say they wish for peace. They wish for peace at home. You are not providing peace at home, Hannah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But her brother even understood what was going on. The brother laughed at the joke because Nick was like, yeah, you should cook since you're unemployed now and I'm the only one working. You should cook. And she, you know, she lobbed it back and he's like, yeah, you're domesticated. She said you're domesticated because you're unemployed. The brother understood. That's his sister. It does not shock him. And that for me is a telltale sign of Hannah, you push people away. Your family will tolerate it because that's your family, but you just push people away. And let's talk about the $300 a week grocery bill. I'm sorry, I don't know where Hannah's eating. I don't know where Hannah's eating. Maybe she's just not using coupons. I don't know. Because $300 a week, I spend that and I'm feeding a family of 4. So as a single person, I'm going to need to hear from the single people. $300 a week on groceries seems excessive to me. It just seems excessive. But yeah, Hannah, how are you fiscally more intelligent than your person and you left your job for a show? Please explain that to me. How do you leave your job where you are making money and say you're more financially intelligent? I just don't get it. I like Nick's parents. I like, his dad said the mother, helped push him in a certain direction, but I'm sure the mother pushed him lovingly. Hannah is just wielding a sledgehammer at this point.
Sean and Daddy can go.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I'm still team Nicky D all day. I feel it even more so now to these episodes because what does Hannah have on this man? That he waits too late to take out the trash and he can't boil pasta. Let's pit him up against the other men. Okay, so we got a sexual deviant. We have a narcissist. We have a Serbian demon. What, Elson? I know you're making faces, but I'm just sitting up here saying his in the grand scheme of things, if all I have to complain about is that a man can't boil water, I think I'm doing all right for myself. Now, I don't appreciate the fact that he's what he's doing is weaponizing competence. I can see that. It's like, okay, you don't know how to boil water. It's called Google. Figure it out. You can figure everything else out in life. Surely you can figure this out. So I don't like that. But to me, it's not that deep. And I feel like she's really trying to turn something into nothing into something, because deep down inside, I don't think Hannah really likes Nicky. I don't think she likes that man, because she belittles him every step of the way. And as much as she says that he's delusional, she's even more so because she's unemployed, but she keeps talking to him like she has all this money. And I don't know why she's talking like that. The man is coming in from work and you're badgering him over trash. You have no job, okay? You are unemployed. So I'm gonna need you to take all of the bass out of your voice and finish folding the laundry that I washed, okay? Can you do that, Hannah? Can you tell I don't like her? I want to like her because she's my fellow big back, and I'm really trying to rep for all of us big backs in the world, because they give us a lot of grief right now, and she's making it really freaking difficult. I need her to sit all the way down somewhere, okay? Also, her family, I'm sorry. I know they seem cool. Something in my gut, something in my spirit is telling me they are not that cool. The fact that they cut this girl off at 18, I'm about to generalize here. But white people in general, they don't be doing that today to their girls, their boys maybe, but the girls, the girls, that normally doesn't happen. And I'm wondering, was she like a hellion as a teen? As a teen, what's going on here that you just cutting her all the way off at 18? Did she decide that she wanted to get cut off and she didn't want nothing to do with y'all? I don't know what the deal is, but they're really awkward around each other. And I think it's weird that her other brother, the older one, is meeting with them separately. He's not with the family. He's talking about how she was the first one that he came out to, and she had his back. I don't know. Something about that whole dynamic. It just seems to me like they weren't really for him. I'm speculating right now, but maybe they weren't really cool with that. Maybe they weren't cool with her either. I don't know, but it's making her like hyper independent. You have a whole family, but you're really hyper independent. That's a little weird. Why? I don't know. Either way, she's taking it out on him, and I don't think that's cool. I don't think he's done enough to deserve that. And I appreciate the fact that he finally grew a pair and pushed back on her. Good. That's what she needs. Good. I don't get what her deal is with him. If you don't like the man, just let him go. Seriously. Just put him out his misery, because he's not an issue. Also, and then I'll be done. I clocked the fact that the brother, he knew that Nick had only 2 girlfriends in his life. It feels like he's kind of put on a bit of an act in the pods, because it's like he came off as like a real player type. All the girls got that impression, but clearly that's not the case. He's 28. He's only had 2 girlfriends. He still lives with his family, and they have a great relationship. It doesn't seem like he's that domesticated, like he really knows how to live out in the real world like that. But he gives the impression that he's very worldly, very experienced, and it just strikes me as somebody who's kind of insecure. So I don't know what the deal is on that. I think that's somebody you can still work with, but I don't know if she's the person for him. So, yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Nick is no grace for me.
Oh my God.
He is dusty as dusty comes, living literally in his mama's basement. And brother couldn't even pull off boiling water. No, that is a problem. She, Hannah got some ways to her, and I ain't gonna, you said what you said, but yeah, at the end of the day, you have to ask step-by-step instructions on how to boil pasta. That's problematic at the ripe age of 27, 28. We gonna round up and make him 30. Yeah, that is crazy. And she shouldn't be setting her bar that low. And her delivery is horrible, but she is more financially intelligent than him. This guy, that stock conversation, I've had kindergarten conversations when I used to work in the branches and we used to talk about banking and savings accounts and investments to kids. And they were able to have a more intelligent conversation around what an investment is. I'm sorry. And I know everybody is not apt to it, but like when she said, "Well, don't you have retirement? Don't you have a 401k? That's in the stock market." He looked like he was in La La Land. So God bless his parents. His parents seem like the sweetest people on this face of the earth, but it looks like, and his mama kind of admitted it, she glazed over it and then went into how much he's such a good person, which he very well may be, but that she spoiled him. She spoiled him and crippled him from being able to boil water. That is bananas. That's bananas. That is the most basic of basic skills, to not know how to boil water. Nobody asked him to make chicken parmesan from scratch, but boil the water for the pasta. Yeah, nah, he got to do better. He needs to take a couple of classes and figure it out. And again, I don't think they should get married either. They're two very different people. I don't think he has enough experience. He doesn't have enough life experience. They're just going to stress each other out. He seems very mature, like failure to launch. He's like a 12-year-old kid. He's got a lot of growing up to do. And he's very goofy and silly. Again, those are all nice qualities, but that doesn't make for a good husband, a good person that's going to be able to help be a partner in a marriage and build a family. He's got a lot of growing to do. And again, great family. Looks like they have really nice values. They, upper middle class, suburban, whoop-de-whoop. I love it. But that don't mean that makes you somebody's husband and somebody's daddy. He needs to still sit on the bench and heal. And, Hannah's got her work to do as well.
Sean, I'm curious. Do you think that Hannah is more mature than Nick?
Yeah.
Really?
She's mature enough to run a household, take care of bills, know how to cook, clean, sustain a household, keep her house looking good, take care of herself. And she might not be working. I guess she planned financially enough for that because she still has her own place. She's not living with her mother and father. So yeah, she may not have the best delivery. She may be snarky. She could be mean. She might not have a lot of patience, but she's definitely a whole lot more mature and has a whole lot more life experience than he does.
So Sean, it was mature to leave your job for this show? I'm just trying to draw you out of the land of Delulu. that Hannah is certainly more mature. I'm sorry. And Jay said it in the chat, but I was just about to type it. Hannah is not more mature than Nick. I'm sorry. We're going to tussle on this one.
What am I Delulu about?
She's more mature than Nick. She left her job for the show. Really? That's
Clearly,
mature?
she's able to sustain herself, right? So
Really?
that
How
might
do we
not be
know? How do we
that might
know?
not be because she's doing it for
How?
all
She's at a
extent.
free apartment with the show.
But she still has her own apartment, which they visited.
And
I
so you're
believe.
you're saying just because he's living by the parents, he's financially insecure. Have you seen his bank account or anything?
No, but I heard the conversation around finances.
Again, I will say this, and maybe I'm projecting because I know a whole full-fledged doctor out in these streets that is still on the parents' car note, car insurance, still on the parents' phone bill, but paying the whole bill. So I'm just saying, until I provide evidence, I can't say that Hannah is more mature than Nick, just because she knows how to boil pasta and make pasta.
Yeah, it's not just that. She's able to manage finances. He cannot have a fluent conversation around investments and retirement.
So
I'm
what?
going
There's
based.
several
Yeah, I
grown
under.
people that don't know.
Yeah, and again, that's why I feel like I said her delivery wasn't nice. But from somebody who's in financial services, she is more financially intelligent than he is. And he is still underneath his parents' wing. His parents are paying his insurance. Paying. He's not paying it. His parents are paying for his car insurance. His parents are paying for his phone bill.
He's
He
still on their plan. I
Yeah, but
didn't
that
hear
doesn't
that.
matter.
I
He
didn't
they
hear
are
that
paying
he
they are
isn't paying his
paying
share.
it. That yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad person, but at the end of the day, he's not mature enough to be a husband and manage finances with a wife. He's still underneath the care of his parents like he's 12 years old and he's almost 30 years old. Yeah, I'm not gonna say, oh, that's fine. I know people. No, no, that's not fine. If you want to be married, you should be able to manage your finances on your own, so that way, once you get together with your wife, you're able to now co-manage and co-plan and deal with your household together. He has no experience doing these things by himself.
But I'm not going to let her manage the money if she spends $300 a week on groceries. Again, Hannah
Look,
has
if
some
she got it,
problematic
she got it.
things.
If she got it,
She
she
does
got
some
it. I
problematic
mean,
things.
I think we're splitting hairs over her $300 in groceries. Like, listen, if that's what she wants to do and she has the money to do it, fine. If not, yes, could she manage better? Sure, she could. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that Nick is good because she's doing something that's not the smartest in your eyes. No, that you can hold the same weight like you're giving him so much grace. Give her grace for paying what she wants to pay for her groceries. She's grown.
Well, she's grown, but she's still telling him my responsibilities are your responsibilities. He said, I don't have student debt. She's like, well, I do.
I caught that too.
Then she's like, yeah, I got to wake up for the dog, but you got to wake up too because, my responsibilities are now yours once we get married.
She was talking to him like it was a done deal. Like she already had the plan in place. She wasn't asking him anything. And I'm actually okay with the fact that she's more financially astute than him because that's something for her to be able to teach him. But honestly, he could teach her a thing or two about emotional intelligence because she's not great at that. She don't know how to read a room. She don't know how to talk to people. And he's definitely a people person. He can teach her how to do that. They need each other, quite frankly. They really do. And I don't think that just because he doesn't know how to do that, that means that he can't survive on his own. I mean, your partner is there to help you, right? They can help each other. But she doesn't know. She's talking to him like he's a kid rather than her man. And it's like you really could help him out without making him feel bad about himself. And the same with him. Like he can help her out without making her feel bad. I don't see why it needs to be a competition or like a fight. I really don't.
Because he may be seeing them as his parents, because the dad said it. Your mom pushed me to mature in certain areas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And this is from a man to a man, talking about a man. I'm sorry. I just been learning things a little bit different, and we have to stop babying men. Like if you want to be grown and you want to be married, you should be entering into that situation with being the preparedness to be able to do so. If you have been underneath your mom's breast and letting your parents take care of you until the grown age, then stay there and do that until you're ready to fly out on your own. But don't enter into a situation where you are ill-equipped. He is not equipped. And again, this doesn't have to be about Hannah's bad, so that makes Nick good. No, take Hannah out of the picture. Nobody wants that. That's no prize. If I had a daughter, I would not want that for my daughter. I want my daughter to be married to a man that is financially responsible. I want my daughter to be married to a man that is able to take care of his family. I want my daughter to be married to a man that has an understanding of finances. He doesn't have to be an expert, but to have a very basic level of finances and to have experience doing it on his own. So that way, when they're together, they're able to manage together. And that God forbid, when hard times comes, he knows how to manage that. If it's always been managed by mommy and daddy, he's never gonna know.
But Sean, are you asking him the questions? Because my thing is, I understand his position. Because if you're in football and you're traveling and you're being traded from team to team, why hold an appointment anywhere when you are just not going to be there? It doesn't make financial sense to do that, now does it? So yes, I understand when he's like, okay, 2 years he's at his parents'. He could have said in this Love is Blind situation, I don't want to go buy something and I'm expecting to marry someone. I don't want to buy something without their input. So I would understand if he had said that. But to just say completely that he's not financially intelligent without asking certain questions, I just think there are too many unanswered questions to say that Nick is financially inept or not financially intelligent.
I think the reason why we believe that is because the way Hannah framed the conversation. So when we started this entire conversation, it was Hannah who was driving it. And so she's effectively interviewing him like he's a suspect or something. And she's rapid fire asking him or really telling him all of this stuff and making seem as though, well, this is what's going to happen. You cool with that? And he's like, yeah. Okay, that's fine. But it made him look like he doesn't know what he's talking about and she does, and she's gonna be the one in charge. So the audience, we never really got a full picture of exactly what he knows and what he doesn't know either. We don't even really know what his situation is like. We only know what Hannah chose to share because Hannah was the one who was leading that entire discussion. And I wish he had spoken up more about this. I think to Sean's point, I do think that he took more of a backseat in this area and just kind of like let her run the show. But now everybody is left feeling like he's some little kid who doesn't know what he's doing. And we don't know that to be true. I mean, the man was a football player for years on his own. We have no idea what his financial situation was like, how he was taking care of himself. We really don't. Just because he doesn't know stocks. I don't know stocks. I don't know squat about stocks. I know I put money away. I couldn't even tell you what my percentage points are in my 401k. I have no clue. I just said yes to it and moved on.
Then according to Hannah, you ain't financially intelligent, Dahlia. According to Hannah.
I guess not, child. I'm okay with that.
Y'all can protect the patriarchy. Go ahead. Put your cape on.
No, I know.
I support you.
No,
go ahead. Because at the end of the day, men are going to benefit. So you just go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, no.
You won.
Oh, no. I do know. But the thing is, I'm not going to tell my spouse who does not know that I'm more financially intelligent. I'm just not going to say it. I'm not going to frame it like that at all because it doesn't sound very loving and it doesn't sound like you are open. Like Nick said, yes, you are ahead of me in this. How do you create space for me? And I'm coming, I'm running from, behind. How do you create space for me to get here and even learn this? I just think at the conversation they were having, Nick is I'm sorry, you have to be licensed to be a realtor. He is in a licensed profession. So Nick has some kind of intelligence, whether he could take the test or whatever. Hannah's not in a licensed profession. He could say, well, you're not a licensed professional, so you're not intelligent. Come on. We're not going to go. Nick is not going to go fully tit for tat, but he does push back at her at certain things.
Man, it's interesting actually to hear both sides actually of the argument. the debate also in the sense of it, because obviously clearly she does know some stuff, right? So she clearly is very knowledgeable in the area of finances, or at least she holds a good enough knowledge to be able to make sensible some seemingly sensible decisions in that area where she can, like she said, talking about stocks, 401s, savings, etc., right? And again, I get from the surface of both of you guys are kind of right in the sense of from the surface of it, Hannah is the financially mature one on the surface of it, right? But on the surface of it, because of the conversation that was had and the way that he interacted with it. The alternative is he did say before he was living at home, I think he was living away somewhere because he was playing football, so he was away, and then he came back home, was in the basement, and then was somewhere else. I think that's what he said, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong, but someone can correct me in the chat as well. So I don't know if he was... I don't know if he was being more facetious because of the way that she was coming at him in that immediate moment, in that space as well. But yeah, from the surface, it looks like she's more financially mature. But that doesn't also mean that underneath the surface, we actually don't know how you go. Because we talk about people knowing stuff, but not actually doing stuff. So again, I'm just saying, just as a on the fence kind of perspective, that I can see both of your perspectives, right? Let's say obviously that she may know about 401, she may know about stocks, she may know about those things, but how well is she actually doing at it, right? Like in the UK, we talk about this all the time, right? Where everybody knows about savings, but do you know how many people got savings? Not many. Like not many people got it because like it's hard to do, right? Because obviously people tend to spend more than they actually saving. So again, so I'm not saying that either of you are wrong. I think I can see where both of you are coming from. I can see where both people are coming from in a sense, right? I think it's because of the word mature that we're having an argument, but in reality, she is seemingly more knowledgeable. I wouldn't say he's removed of any intelligence in that area, but he didn't hold very well in that conversation. It seemed, especially when he started saying about what is stocks. Now I think he was being facetious. I think he was intentionally playing dumb. To say what is stocks, you know what I mean? Like it was a bit facetious for me. It's like, if you've grown up in 28, yeah, you'd have heard about stocks. You don't need to just have the direct explanation. If someone asks me what's an explanation of stocks, I can't tell you what the definition of what stocks are. I just know it's investments. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I won't be able to say exactly what it is, but to almost sound as if you've never heard of stocks, I said, okay. You know what I'm saying to you? So my thing is that I think both sides have good points. I would say that, what the cooking thing with the boiling thing, I get that too. It does make it. I think Hannah may be seeing, and again, this is why I'm saying that I actually started to like both of them in the sense of I could see where they could both kind of make each other better if they're willing to do the work. Now, again, when it comes to the cooking, now this is my only thing. If somebody asks you how to do something, you can't crush them. Like it's a rule that you should always follow by. If someone reaches out to you and says, "How do I do this thing?" No matter how basic it may seem to you, just explain it. Because all it does is it destroys people's confidence. So I get it. I can boil water, I can boil pasta, I can boil rice. Am I great at doing rice and pasta and making a meal out of it? You gonna eat, okay? All right? It gonna be edible. You know what I'm saying to you? All right? So I think in that moment, I get why she was frustrated, but here's why she got frustrated. Because she put herself as a mum role. Nobody told her to do it. She put herself in a mum role. Nobody told her to be a mum role, right? The simple thing is you asked him to boil the water. He said, I don't know how to do it. It would have been a quick second. Listen, hey, turn it to 3 1/4. So that next time he knows how to do it, right? Okay, how do you put the pasta in, right? Not everyone got that training that you got, Hannah. So you just got to be a little bit more patient. Like, not everyone got that training. Just say, okay, pasta, how long has it got to be in there for? All right, cool. Listen, and it's better for him to be in a space where he's willing to ask than to be in a place where I think I know how to do it, and then you realize he doesn't know how to do it. It's even more. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I'd have rather her just done that with it. But I get why she might have been frustrated because, she's been very independent since she's very young. And she's had to do it pretty much herself. And so it will look like, he doesn't know what he's doing. But, baby, just remember, you're in his house. Just remember, you ain't got a job. And he's got a job. Okay? Just remember Just remember that. Why, before you start jumping the gun and start getting a bit mad with it, just chill a little bit. You know what I'm saying to you? We all have our skills in this situation. I don't think anyone's better than anybody in this situation, Nicky D and Hannah, to be honest. I mean, I think he's more kinder, and I think she can take some notes from that as well. And I think she just needs to be a bit more patient, because that continual... There's bigger issues there, because even her own gay brother, okay, had problems with her. And when he spoke behind the scenes with old boy Nicky D, he was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, this is kind of her. So she just needs to work on that, because if your own brother behind your back tells you the truth about how he really feel about you, even though he felt comfortable to come out and be, come out the closet with you and say what he is and what he's about, right? But if you realize for him, it's like, but there's certain things. So I think she just needs to do a bit of work on that as well. Any last thoughts on this before we get to the 2-hour mark and we gotta go? Saturday night we're gonna go in deep. You know what I'm saying to you? I know we haven't done all of them, but Saturday night we will go in deeper. Okay. All right. So yeah, Saturday night we'll leave Alex and Tim for Saturday night, so you guys can go in deep with them people there. You know what I'm saying to you? You know what I mean? All right, listen, we're gonna end it there, because it's before the 2-hour mark. I said 1 hour and I went 2 hours. But anyway, listen, audience, we'll be back a little bit later on tonight. I'm gonna be with Samantha Lee, having a conversation about dismissive and fearful avoidance. So if you are out and about and around at 8:45 EST, we're gonna be live with Samantha Lee, chopping it up about dismissive avoidance. It's going to be a really good conversation. I can't wait to have it. I can't wait to see you guys there. But Saturday, we will have a panel, same time as we had last week. I think it was 6 p.m. last time. We'll have the panel again, same time on Saturday. And we'll definitely be chopping it up as well. And I expect to see some good, strong opinions like we did today, okay? We never mind a little tussle. It's good to have, okay? Much love, much appreciation. We'll see y'all soon again. Much love, much appreciation.